Welcome back to Simplified Reads, the channel where we turn complex books into clear and practical wisdom you can apply every day. Today's deep dive takes us through 10 powerful books about coping with aging, each offering unique scientific, emotional, and philosophical insights. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore how these authors unpack identity, resilience, purpose, conflict, and the evolving meaning of time itself. Settle in, because we're simplifying the science, psychology, and lived experience of growing older. We begin with Successful Aging by Daniel J. Levitin, 2020, a work that reshapes aging into a story of resilience, cognitive growth, and personal evolution. Levitin uses the experiences of real individuals, scientists, and the reader as characters on a path from fear to empowerment. As he guides us from scientific exposition to emotional insight, his pacing is intentionally reflective, mirroring the slow, thoughtful nature of aging itself. His world-building spans neuroscience labs and everyday homes, reminding us that aging unfolds in ordinary spaces. Levitin's warm, metaphor-rich language symbolizes pathways of possibility, while internal conflicts, fear of memory loss, anxiety about identity, collide with external pressures like ageism. Historically grounded in modern neuroscience, the book compels us to ask, what does a meaningful aging experience really look like, and how do we author it ourselves? This exploration continues with Ageless, the new science of getting older without getting old by Steele, 2020, which examines aging as both a biological challenge and a philosophical puzzle. Steele casts scientists, genes, and readers as characters driven by curiosity and the desire to transcend human limitations. Structurally, the book moves from foundational biology toward the climactic promise of longevity breakthroughs, with energetic pacing that mirrors the excitement of scientific possibility. Set in research labs and cellular landscapes, the book's world-building evokes a near-futuristic atmosphere. Steele's precise, metaphor-laden style uses images of cellular machinery to symbolize both fragility and hope. The central conflict exists between biological decay and scientific innovation, raising ethical questions about treating aging as a disease and what such power might mean for humanity. A broader societal lens emerges in Extra Time, 10 Lessons for an Aging World by Camilla Cavendish, 2020. Here, the theme shifts from personal aging to cultural responsibility, positioning older adults, caregivers, policymakers, and social systems as interconnected characters. Cavendish structures the book around 10 lessons, each expanding the reader's understanding of demographic transformation through deliberate, lesson-like pacing. Her settings, ranging from workplaces to care homes across multiple countries, reflect global diversity in aging experiences. The writing blends journalism with human storytelling, using social metaphors to reveal systemic conflict, insufficient healthcare structures, cultural ageism, and economic strain. Cavendish offers resolutions through policy innovation and cultural reform, prompting questions about how societies can uphold dignity and purpose for longer-living populations. Moving into the psychology of aging, Breaking the Age Code by Becca Levy, Ph.D., 2022, explores how beliefs and stereotypes shape our biological and emotional aging. Levy treats mindset as both character and setting, placing individuals, researchers, and readers in a narrative where internalized beliefs become powerful antagonists. The structure gradually escalates from foundational research to transformative case studies, with pacing that feels increasingly urgent as the reader recognizes the impact of age beliefs. Settings include labs, workplaces, and diverse communities, each symbolizing places where stereotypes form and can be dismantled. Levy's uplifting, evidence-driven style employs recurring motifs of identity and expectation, presenting internal conflict between fear and empowerment. Her message aligns with contemporary shifts toward mental health awareness, raising the philosophical question: how much of aging is determined by biology, and how much by what we believe? A holistic perspective comes through in Radical Longevity by and Louise Gittleman, 2021, which frames aging as a process of renewal, detoxification, and intentional transformation. The characters are individuals navigating inflammation, toxicity, and lifestyle habits, alongside practitioners seeking natural improvements. The structure follows a prescriptive arc, diagnosing issues, offering interventions, and guiding transformation with calm, actionable pacing. Gittleman's world-building centers on domestic spaces like kitchens and internal bodily environments, symbolizing how everyday choices shape aging. Her motivational writing uses cleansing and rebirth as metaphors, while conflict arises between environmental toxicity and personal wellness practices. The book reflects the broader cultural move toward integrative health, prompting questions about personal responsibility and the nature of proactive aging. Cognitive Resilience takes center stage in The Age-Proof Brain by Dr. Marc Milstein, 2022, a work grounded in themes of memory, identity, and neuroplastic survival. Milstein presents patients, caregivers, and neuroscientists as characters linked through shared fears and hopes surrounding cognitive decline. Structurally, he moves from biological understanding to practical interventions, with quick, engaging pacing that conveys urgency. The settings, clinics, brain labs, research institutions, build a world where scientific discovery intersects with deep human concern. His vivid metaphors, such as brain wiring and mental energy, become symbolic tools for understanding resilience. Internal conflicts hinge on fear of losing identity, while external conflicts involve genetic predispositions and environmental stressors. This book reflects rising global concerns about dementia and asks, can identity persist when memory fades, and what can we do to safeguard it? A more emotionally charged scientific narrative unfolds in Outlive, The Science and Art of Longevity by Dr. Peter Attia, 2023. Themes of personal responsibility, medical system failure, and the pursuit of a meaningful life frame the story. Attia becomes a central character, driven, introspective, and shaped by personal loss, whose arc mirrors the reader's confrontation with aging. Structurally, the book unfolds like a long medical journey, starting with systemic critique and rising toward solutions grounded in root cause medicine, metabolic health, and emotional clarity. Set in clinical environments, training fields, and research labs, the book's settings represent both the limitations and potential of modern healthcare. Attia's writing is candid and computational, using motifs like health span and longevity tools to symbolize deeper pursuit. The conflict lies between reactive healthcare and proactive prevention, ultimately posing a philosophical question. How do we outlive fear and inherited patterns rather than simply extend time? Shifting into gendered experience, The Menopause Manifesto by Dr. Jen Gunter, 2021, explores themes of bodily autonomy, truth-telling, and liberation from stigma. Women undergoing menopause, doctors, and cultural forces become active characters in a narrative shaped by misinformation and reclaimed knowledge. The structure blends myth-busting, scientific explanation, and empowerment with pacing that alternates between sharp urgency and compassionate slowdown. The settings, medical offices, historical narratives of women's health, and personal domestic spaces highlight the multifaceted context of menopause. Gunter's fiery, humorous style uses rebellion as a recurring metaphor. Internal conflict appears as women re-evaluate shame and confusion, while external conflict occurs between individuals and dismissive cultural norms. Contextually, the book aligns with global movements elevating women's health. It raises big questions. Who gets to shape the narrative of women's bodies? And what happens when women reclaim that power? Expanding beyond health into social systems. The Longevity Economy by Joseph F. Coughlin, updated 2020 edition, addresses themes of societal transformation, economic opportunity, and intergenerational justice. Its characters include innovators, older adults, policymakers, and entire industries adapting to shifting demographics. Coughlin's structure layers demographic analysis, real-world cases, and future projections with methodical pacing. The world building spans global tech hubs, workplaces, and community spaces where aging reshapes cultural expectations. His analytical, metaphor-driven style uses design and systems language to symbolize structural change. External conflicts emerge between outdated assumptions about aging and the realities of modern longevity. Historically, the book reflects global aging trends and economic shifts. Its philosophical questions challenge us. How should society redefine productivity, purpose, and value? Finally, Aging Upwards, a mindfulness-based framework for the longevity revolution by Barrett Lewis, 2023, brings the focus back to inner life, exploring themes of awareness, acceptance, and conscious participation in what she calls the longevity revolution. Lewis treats older adults, leaders, caregivers, and readers themselves as characters learning to engage with increased lifespan, not just practically, but mindfully. Structurally, the book guides readers through a framework that weaves mindfulness practices with reflections on identity, community, and systemic change, using a steady, reflective pacing that encourages integration rather than quick fixes. The settings range from internal emotional landscapes to workplaces and leadership contexts, reflecting that aging and attitudes toward aging play out both inside individuals and across organizations and societies. Her style is thoughtful and compassionate, combining psychological insight with practical exercises and using mindfulness as a recurring motif for resilience and clarity. Internal conflicts revolve around fear, resistance, and internalized ageism, while external conflicts involve cultural narratives that equate aging with decline. Situated firmly within contemporary conversations about longevity and mental well-being, the book raises a powerful question. What if aging upward doesn't just mean living longer, but living more consciously, connectedly, and courageously in each added year? Thanks for watching Simplified Reads, where we turn big, complex books into simple insights you can use right away. If these reflections help you think differently about aging, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more book breakdowns that make learning effortless. Your next life-changing idea is just one video away.